This is MacVoices TV. This edition of MacVoices TV at Macworld 2011 is brought to you by Smile, the makers of PDF Pen and Text Expander, tools for your Mac, iPhone, and iPad. Download free demos of these and more at smilesoftware.com. Welcome back to MacVoices TV at Macworld 2011 in San Francisco. I'm in the Otherworld Computing booth again talking to our friend Grant Dahlke about what they've been up to recently. Grant, it's great to see you.
Oh, as always, it's good to see you too, Chuck.
The red shirts again.
Yes, well, we got to not clash so much with all the traditional OWC blues, so it's a nice little contrast.
Absolutely, absolutely. You and I had a conversation last night at the media reception about some of the advances you've done in SSDs. Last year when you and I talked, you showed me a pretty impressive demonstration on MacBook Pros of that generation of SSDs. Now we're a year later and probably God knows how many generations later in SSDs. What's going on this year?
Well, the big news is now OWC is the first third-party SSD manufacturer for the MacBook Air line. So whether you have a 2008, 2009, or 2010 MacBook Air, OWC has a SSD for it that offers faster performance and higher capacity than you can get from the factory. And we've created, as you remember from last year at Macworld, we've got the same similar test where we're pitting a MacBook Air with a hard drive and a faster processor versus a MacBook Air with our SSD with a slower processor. We'll show you how the OS boots, and we'll load 4 apps within Creative Suite 5 to show you just how much faster an SSD really is. So if you're ready, we'll hit it, and we'll actually give the faster machine an unfair advantage.
Okay, before we do, the MacBook Air, it's notoriously difficult to get into, obviously. Do you do the installations? Do you send me an install kit? How does that part work?
These are all user installable, and we've made it real simple. We include all the tools, as well as OWC is known for, free installation videos, so you can watch the video, put the drive in yourself, and you'll be up and running faster than ever before.
And this is something that I can honestly do myself and not have to worry about messing up my precious new MacBook Air.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, then let's drop the green flag and go.
Right. Well, we're going to start the machine over here. This is the 2009 with a 2.13 gig processor, 2 gig of RAM, and the factory hard drive. We're going to start that machine right now. Next to it, the contender is another 2009 MacBook Air with a 1.86 processor, 2 gig of RAM, and our SSD.
And that was what, maybe 6-7 seconds of difference with you talking?
Yeah, maybe 6, 7, maybe 10. Okay. But watch the difference as the machines start to come up and realize that they're tasked with a routine, which is to load the OS and 4 apps within Creative Suite 5.
Yeah, and while we're waiting, say that again. 4 apps in Creative Suite 5, which are notoriously
memory hogs. I mean, something that really chokes the system. And what we're finding and what we're telling people, as you can see, the OS is loaded, the apps are already bouncing. We still haven't even loaded the OS on a hard drive. So, you know, what we're telling people is when you look at an SSD, it's about the performance. It's not the capacity. And because people look at it and they're like, wow, 40 gigs for, 99 or, 120 for $499. It's like an old processor upgrade. You can totally transform your machine to an experience like never before, and then just offload your storage externally.
Okay, so we're still talking, and now the apps are just starting to load on the old machine. InDesign is still bouncing. Yeah, it's an amazing productivity increase. What capacities do these come in?
Well, the Mercury Pro Aura MBA line for the 2009 MacBook Airs come up to 360 gig. If anyone knows their stats from the factory, the 11-inch only is available in 128, and the factory largest for the 13 is 240. So as you can see, we offer up to 3 times the capacity as what you can get from the factory.
That's great. And we obviously have to ask about price points because these are not inexpensive, but they give you a lot of value for the money.
Yeah, we start at $299 for the 120, and we go up to $1,100 for the 360.
Okay, so I can have a MacBook Air that starts a whole lot faster and lets me get a whole lot more done.
Absolutely, the whole idea of it.
Grant, how about for non-MacBook Airs? The SSD prices have dropped, capacities seem to be going up. What's OWC been doing in that market?
Well, we have the claim that we have the fastest SSD on the market for your MacBook and MacBook Air for under $100, and many sites support that theory. Just go online and type in, OWC Mercury Pro SSD review, and you'll find just about every hardcore testing site is finding our SSD to be the fastest that they've tested.
What's Apple have to say about all this?
Well, not really sure, actually. I don't think Apple worries too much about OWC. They're pretty busy creating some, as someone would say, insanely great products.
Good line. Grant, thank you very much. It's great to see. The website obviously is
www.macsales.com.
Terrific. It's good to see you.
Terrific seeing you, Chuck. Thanks again.
Thank you. Folks, we'll be back with more from Macworld 2011 in San Francisco on MacVoices TV. I'm Chuck Joyner. Thanks for watching.
MacVoices TV is part of the MacVoices Group and a member of Mac Level 10.